Come on now. The next comedian to the stage, local legend, ladies and gentlemen, Tomas Diebold.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love the light. I can't see anyone in the audience. Hands up if you're there. I'm going to hear from Port St. Lucie locally. All right, welcome to the Tax Mahal. 800,000 square feet just for the 122 of us. And we have the nicest parking garage in the Tri-County area. Tax dollars hard at work. It's kind of like Crosstown Parkway. 11 lanes in each direction. Leading to nothing. What are they thinking? It's like building a gigantic water slide. Forget the pool. Or worse, building a gigantic water slide at the end of the Grand Canyon and not caring about what happens when you get to the bottom. I tell you, some amazing things going on in Port St. Lucie. We have a new roundabout going into South Bend. Roundabouts are great if you know where you're going. Have you ever tried to do some of the directions? When you go to the roundabout, make a left. They call back in a half hour. I'm still making a left. Let me tell you a little bit about myself so you understand the comedy a little better. I'm not drunk. I was born December 29, 1967, which is okay, except when you're supposed to be born April of 68. So, I was born with that wonderful birth defect called cerebral palsy, which we are typically very, very bright, very smart mentally, but coordination-wise and wiring-wise, it's not right. So I can insult all of you with incredible accuracy, but I can't run away fast enough. Which makes for me being a very tough kid growing up. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. I was adopted by very short German people that gave me a wonderful life. Apparently my birth mother always had trouble finding the babysitter's address. So, but we're doing really well, except unlike puppies, with children, you don't know how tall they're going to be when you look at their feet. So my mom's 4'11", my dad's 5'1", and their biological daughter, my sister, is 5'2". So people look at family pictures, and I'm only up to here, and I gotta wear a name tag. They say, see, there's some. You have lurch working for you, or what? So, but I had a really strict upbringing, you know, and I always looked to my dad for encouragement. He's like, well, why do you think they call it self-esteem? What are you looking at me for? Oh, that's okay. It was real good. I went to school on a short bus. I wore the helmet. I was that stereotypical kid that everybody made fun of. It was so bad. I remember I was 11 years old. My parents took me to the dentist. I got leg braces on. I got acne on my acne. I limped into the dentist's office. He puts me in a chair. He comes back 2 hours later. He goes, he needs braces, but I just don't know how hard to do it. So, but it turned out really well. The occupational therapist says to my dad, he needs to work on his coordination. Duh. He lived on the hill. My dad goes, I'll buy him a skateboard. It's already got the helmet. I love sports though. Wasn't good at it, which made me feel really bad for my school gym teacher. Because you know he's obligated to put me on the team. So we'd be picking the teams. He goes, okay, you're next, you pick next, you pick next. Of course, I'd always be on the teacher would say, okay, kids, come on. Somebody's got to pick them, all right? So for the team that picks them, we're going to do 2 extra players, and a first round draft pick, and a so I'd always end up in goal and say, okay, Thomas, your team, you go in goal, with 7 extra defenders, just pay attention, and everything will be okay. I remember one time we had a tennis tournament, school tennis tournament, and they got the best tennis player to be my doubles partner. And he goes, you have to promise not to try. And he might just win. But I overcame all of that. I always kept a really positive attitude. In fact, there were a lot of things I learned I was positively not going to be able to do well. But it worked out very well. I have 4 beautiful children, my wife and I, and we're now thinking about adoption. We just don't know which one to give up. We just celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary. We've been married 24 years, but really peaked at 10. Next year will be 25 years. My wife says then we can do things right. How many of you have been married for 20 years or longer? I can't tell because of the lights, so that's yeah. Didn't you wish that sarcasm was an aphrodisiac by now? Here comes home the genius. Imagine if you described your spouse like a car to him and you. I've got a 1965 Navigator. With the romance delete option. Spended trunk. Financed over 30 years with 0 interest in me after that. I got married at a young age because I was told when you're single, you're incomplete. When you're married, you're finished. You know, I was really proud of one of my girls. She's doing really well. Actually, all the kids are doing well. But I was talking to my mom and I said, Mom, there had to be some point when you were raising me that you had a proud moment. And what was it? You know, I'm raising myself for something else. But without even missing a beat, she goes, the day we found out you weren't retarded. I was 17. No, just kidding. I'm getting older now, though, speaking of age. You know, it's funny, they always say, well, wait till you get 40, you can start going downhill real quick. It's true. I remember I used to be in control of my farts. Right? When you were a kid, man, you could decide what's going to be silent and deadly, or when you make some noise. Now you have no warning whatsoever. Right? If you walk on, you know, what's that? You're making excuses for it and everything. Hair growing out of places that I'm not used to. I'm just glad, I used to worry about gray hair, and I'm just glad I have hair. Nose hair, I don't understand it. Stuff is horrible. My goodness, have you ever pulled one out? Get a tear to your eyes. Like, what's the purpose of that? I couldn't figure out how does that make any sense? Well, I figured it out the other night. You know, guys, when you're at home and you're watching a movie with your wife and it's supposed to be romantic and it's got some sort of tear-jerking scene in it where you're supposed to care and look sensitive, I'm watching the movie and I'm trying. I'm trying to get into it. And I can't. No, well, I'm going to be trouble soon. So I grabbed her when she wasn't looking, just at the right moment. A tear comes to my eye. She looks at me. Oh, it's perfect. And she's looking at me. She's got that little twinkle in her eye and that little freaking corner of her mouth, that smile. You know the one that she used to get when she'd look at you and say, I don't know what I'd ever do without you. Now she's thinking, the life insurance is paid up. I know exactly what I would do. Tell you, back to driving. You ever go down the turnpike and see the silver over there? I'm like, what is that? Somebody explained to me. That's what they do when an older person or a couple get disoriented and drive off somewhere. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Can you imagine down in Boca? This looks like a stock exchange. Got my in-laws pulled over 3 times. They're beautiful people. And you know what? I really love performing and doing comedy like this in front of you people. I want to thank you people for supporting it and showing up. Because I can't think of anything else where you can say to yourself, hey, I'd like to try that, and somebody will just let you do it. Now, you might be walking past a hospital. Brain surgery. I always wanted to try that. The funny thing is people will even pay to come and see somebody try something as exciting and wonderful as this. So I want to thank you for being here, for supporting what we do, and for Casey and Spaz. Give yourselves a round of applause for the ones for
Give it up for this man, Tomas